everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So once again, I got to thank TRG for excellent work in covering this article and the implications of it, in that Camilla Tominey, who wrote in the Sunday Times, the Harry's court case has proven beyond the shadow of a doubt there was no substance at all to any of the claims that Harry, Elton John, and the others, Liz Hurley, all liars who went to court and tried to claim they were, attacked by journalists and with phone hacking, which all a lie. And Harry has to pay all this money. Now, what Camilla Tominey pointed out and many others, although other journalists, is that this was an attack on journalists. This was an attack on freedom of speech. Harry was trying to take out the Daily Mail. He was trying to put them out of business and, of course, make money. However, this, you can't just say it's just about making money. Because, first of all, Harry doesn't need money. He's with the royal family. They don't need any money. It's not about money for them. They don't do anything for that. They want you to think that. And if this were just an isolated incident, yeah, you could make, but it's not. Harry is part of a axis of evil, of censorship that went on all throughout, particularly 2020 through present day, during the COVID psyop and the safe and effectives. So let's just a quick review of the past few years of who Harry was working with. So we know Harry arrived here in the U.S. in 2020 and quickly joined the Aspen Institute to battle misinformation, which, of course, was the new term being flung around. And what the hell would Harry know about what's true or what's not in medicine or any other topic is beyond me. But here you've got Prince Harry of the British royal family coming in and saying, yeah, I'm going to stamp out misinformation in America. That's my job now because I feel like it, right? Made absolutely no sense. The whole thing was Orwellian and a lie. And of course, he worked with a bunch of other characters like Katie Couric. Who is Katie Couric? A talking head, as well as others, communist Marxists here, including Chris Krebs and Rashid Robinson, etc. So Harry became a commissioner of disinformation in 2020. This is well publicized. And without a doubt, they did block the Hunter Biden laptop and other things. I think they were mainly here to censor anyone who had an adverse reaction to the vaccines. And I say that because another high British Sir, Nick Clegg, one of the Queen's favorites, suddenly got a job at Facebook. So what is Queen Elizabeth's advisor here? What the hell is he doing at Facebook? And what did he do? Well, he admitted, as I showed in my earlier music video, The Art of Censorship, he admits in interviewing, yeah, I'm at censorship. We're taking down misinformation, just like Prince Harry. And over 8 million pieces of misinformation, i.e. posts from Americans, particularly Americans who were questioning the safety and efficacy and who were suffering dire, deadly consequences, basically a genocide he was covering up for. And he admits to it, like, yeah, I shut them all up. I took so that nobody could be warned about the dangers of the safe and effectives. So again, that's number 2. And of course, number 3, as we all know, is the Iranian British national known as Imran Ahmed, CEO of Center for Countering Digital Hate. For some reason, this man washes ashore. I don't know if he came here on a boat or not, or a raft, but he arrived in Washington, D.C. and published a list of prominent Americans. And it's very important. The Dirty Dozen, I'm sure you remember that with Biden and Jen Psaki announcing that not only were these doctors, this list of Dirty Dozen that Imran Ahmed claimed, like Christopher Bouzy claimed that just these few people were 75% of the misinformation. Well, who were these people? Oh, they're medical doctors. They're medical doctors and specialists, experienced, knowledgeable people in natural health remedies. All of them health related. And they were not only deplatformed on all platforms, they were debanked. Dr. Mercola was debanked. He couldn't get it. He couldn't use his bank account. They shut him out. So Dr. Mercola, osteopathic physician, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a lawyer, but very knowledgeable on safe and effectives and science. Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, osteopathic physician, There was an activist there, a physician, Dr. Rashid Buttar, medical doctor, et cetera, et cetera. They were all, the decades of experience. They knew the dangers of, injections. And these were the people that Imran Ahmed, a British Iranian, arriving here, declares that they're the dirty dozen. So what the hell is a British national activist coming to America and saying, yeah, you know what, I think these American doctors are spreading misinformation. Yeah. Oh, and Biden just happened to pick it up. Imran has no idea how. Just somehow President Biden's executive team got a hold of his report and just ran with it, with Jen Psaki on TV saying, we've got these disinformation dozens spreading all this misinformation. So you see what's happening here. You have Imran Ahmed, you have Sir Nick Clegg censoring vaccine injured people, trying to warn others on Facebook. You have Imran Ahmed deplatforming doctors who know what's what and we're trying to warn people. And of course, you have Prince Harry at the Aspen Institute and with Meghan spreading lies about misinformation and of course deplatforming anyone who criticized Harry and Meghan and exposed them online, deplatforming me and many others. And so you see this, they're all attacking. And of course, why a lot of the time I got deplatformed? Because I dared to even use the word vaccine. I mean, I was very careful after being taken down a few times, and I was careful what I said. But even just saying the word, I mean, I don't know if his terrorist organization, Sussex Squad, like just mass reported me, because they just mass report you if you just use the word, and took me down, or if YouTube was that extreme, because of course it wasn't just Facebook, it was YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. They would rip you down. And you have these 3 British nationals arriving in America in 2020 and just censoring the hell out of us, particularly during a vaccine rollout, where so many people have been injured and died. And they censored people who were trying to warn others and people who knew, experts. And not only that, there is on CCDH's website, this is from September 2024, just in addition to this, you see Imran Ahmed, and he's standing at the UN, the United Nations. Of course, Harry is very connected to the United Nations as well. They all are. This is all, as we know, WEF, UN agenda. On the right-hand side is a woman named Melissa Fleming, and I've done videos about her concerning her terroristic group called Team Halo. And I pointed out this terrorist group were attacking mis and disinformation against doctors and nurses on TikTok and other places and mass reporting them to get their licenses suspended and to get them fired if they said anything against the safe and effectives on TikTok. And TikTok gave her verified people, these activists who pretended to be doctors. Some of them were real doctors, some were pretending, and they were pushing, of course, the safe and effectives, and TikTok boosted them to get millions of followers, even though in reality they would never have even gotten a few. So the power of the algorithms. So that was Team Halo, which led, and Team Halo also worked with another online terrorist known as that Dinesh guy, who is still very active. He's on YouTube and TikTok and others. You can look him up. But this is all connected. Look at Imran Ahmed posing for a picture with her. And so you've got all these, and I connected these terrorist groups with the Sussex Squad. So you've got a UN backing with it. So this appears, or it shows, that you've got Prince Harry, Nick Clegg, Imran Ahmed, all at the UN, terrorist groups, all to attack people who said anything negative about injections during the COVID psyop. So basically, altogether, the censorship of quote unquote misinformation, what would any of these bozos have anything to knowledge of any sort? The people who did have the knowledge, they put on a dirty dozen list. So this was nothing short of an attack on Americans and the rest of the world, but particularly by these British nationals, particularly backed by the royal family. Again, you've got a Prince Harry, you've got Sir Nick Clegg, who is a special advisor to the Queen, and you have this other British national, Imran Ahmed, who is also working closely with these political McSweeney and others working with high up in the political arena. So very powerful royal and political backing here, all tied together and committing crimes against humanity together. So if this doesn't set off alarm bells and anger you, I don't know where. There's no journalist covering this. Like as TRG points out, Heritage Foundation isn't covering this. So many crimes against humanity here, all coordinated, all British, all on our 250th anniversary. Such an attack on Americans. And the fact that Imran Ahmed has the audacity to sue the U.S. government for freedom of speech when he's caught in his crimes against humanity just shows the backing, the powerful globalist backing of this whole operation. So, yeah, so there you have it. And everybody's distracted with Harry and Meghan, stories about the backs of the heads of these two figments of the imagination, or Meghan in a cooking show coming out, or whatever. They're distracting with this, distracting with that. No, we need to all focus on this because they get away with this. They're going to do it again and again. And it really does look like they're getting away with it. I don't see any accountability in any of this. And it's shocking that all of this British censorship has attacked us and caused deaths and harm as a result of it. So I want to know, and this is very Islamic of them to be attacking journalists like Prince Harry did with his court cases and also attacking Americans. It's very, it goes back to the British royal family and their connections with the Middle East. I mean, I don't think we're dealing with British. We're dealing with Islamified, influenced British in doing all of this. It's the only thing that makes sense. But of course, we have a lot of traitors in this country aiding and abetting them. So, are they going to get away with it? Are they going to be held accountable? President Trump is going to be giving a speech, I heard, on Thursday. So I have to wait and see what he has to say about that. Hopefully there is going to be some accountability here. I can't believe them getting away with this for so long. And yeah, they need to be exposed. They need to be, at the very least, the public needs to treat them like the criminals they are, not let them just skate away with millions of dollars and walking around like they're victims. That's what they're going to try to pretend, like, oh, I'm so victimized, when the truth is exposed about what they've admitted what they've done. There's no question about what they've done. And their arrogance and evilness and their criminality, it oozes from everything they say and do. They're obviously, you can see how deranged they all are when they start speaking about disinformation. They're like petty tyrants. They're crazy. They're diabolical eugenicists who want to depopulate, right? The Fabian Society, the group there. Let's see, are they going to get away with these crimes against humanity and mass murdering people? Helping to mass murder through their censorship? With this mis and disinformation and hate speech? Oh, I love that one. It's hate speech, hate speech. What the hell are you talking about? You can't have love without hate. Of course, and anything you hate is freedom of speech. You can't. It doesn't matter if you hate it. You may hate it, but somebody else is going to love it. It makes absolutely no sense, and it's just so insane that Imran Ahmed and Jory Craig can go to Congress and say to Congress, we're experts in analyzing hate online. I mean, have you ever heard anything so more insane than that? I mean, it's I could say Orwellian. It's just insane. It's absolutely. And the fact that they with a straight face, we're experts on hate. We're tracking hate around the world. That's like Christopher Bouzy claiming to track, tweets about Meghan Markle by following, according to Taz and Yankee Wally, for a little while. The whole thing's a scam from beginning to end and a lie. And they act serious and doing it with a straight face, and people just buy it. Like they're not no pushback from the media at all, from journalists. So let's see. Okay, back to cards. Are they going to get away with this? Are they going to get away with this? Are they going to do it again? But I don't think they feel like they've killed enough. Yeah, do they? Yeah, this is about the excess pain and suffering they've caused intentionally with their censorship. Did they kill as many people as they expected? Are they going to do it again? What are they going to do next? What's going forward? How do they see the public at large? They're murder victims. Let's find out. Are they going to get away with this? The axis of evil, Prince Harry, Nick Clegg, and Imran Ahmed. Are they going to get away with this? Let's see what the cards show. 7 of Swords reversed. Wow. I see that as being revealed. Your tricks, your scams, your crimes being revealed. The swords, words, stealing away our freedom of speech under the guise of, oh, see, this is Nick Clegg on Facebook saying, oh, this is hate speech. I'm taking this down, and just grabbing our communication and using Imran Ahmed lies of hate. Oh, can't let that be posted, yeah, take that away, Meanwhile, who is Nick Clegg? Is he a vaccinologist? Is he an epidemiologist? Is he a doctor? No. They were all censored by Imran Ahmed, the real experts. So they censored the real experts and called them Dirty Dozen, these medical doctors with decades of experience. Meanwhile, these two queens bozos come over here, criminals, and say, oh, we're in charge now. We don't listen to those dirty doctors over there that you all, the top experts in your country. Don't mind them. Me and Imran, we know more than you. Nick Clegg and Imran Ahmed and Harry, the 3 dumbest people and evil people on the planet. Oh, yeah, we know better than all the medical doctors. You just listen to us. We're going to just take down those medical doctors. Don't listen to them. I mean, absolutely insane. Of course, sharp, pointy things are also about the injections, the deadly injections. 7 of Wands. Yeah, battling down. They're coming in on their high horse. You can see he's wearing the queen's cap there, kind of like one of the queen's guards there. This is the British invasion here. This is the British coming over and taking their big stick, and the average American citizen who's posting online, and they're just taking you out. They're just beating you down, and they're coming out of nowhere with all this power. They've been giving this power at Facebook and power in the governments with the Biden administration, and like Harry and Meghan, they get this power with Netflix and with social media to just take out all these people, take out me, Yankee Wally, everyone else, and just destroy your income during a COVID psyop and during a COVID pandemic, and to really be as destructive as possible to your freedoms, rights, and your ability to thrive. I mean, this is life. This is thriving, and they're coming in. This is death. I mean, they're really trying to kill us, and they did. They have results. I wonder if anyone's going to quantify to some extent how many people died because of the 8 million plus pieces of Facebook posts that Nick Clegg brought down. I mean, it was so bad on Facebook. People had to use symbols for the injections. All these code words started coming out. They were using bananas and things like that. It was so oppressive. And while people are literally dying and being attacked and trying to figure out what's going on and being terrified with the constant propaganda, that we're being suppressed, like as if we live in North Korea or Iran. And this is all thanks again, Harry, Nick Clegg, and Imran Ahmed. So 8 of Wands reversed. Of course, this is the bottom of the deck. So of course, this was all about taking down posts. This is all about people putting things out on the internet and them ripping them down. You can't destroy a country without taking down their freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is number one. And just like George Washington said, you take away freedom of speech, that you can lead the masses to the slaughter. And this is, I believe, as George Washington said. It could be someone else. Apologies if I'm misaligning the quote. But that is a quote, and that is a fact, and that is what happened here. So at the basis of this, justice reversed. Wow. So, of course, this is the organized large group of criminals. And again, it's not just Harry and Nick Clegg and Imran Ahmed, but it's also everyone around them, McSweeney and the UN, the United Nations, Melissa Fleming, and like that Dinesh guy and all these other groups, Team Halo and whatnot. And they had a nurse squad too. I've done videos on it, but it's all these people working in unison, working together behind the scenes. A very large criminal organization committing crimes against humanity. Very powerful, hidden. This is what's hidden down here. You know, it took a long time to see the connections. You know, it took time to put not only these connections. I mean, those of us watching Harry and Meghan, we saw right away what Harry was doing. But I mean, I didn't immediately tie it in with immediately Imran Ahmed, Nick Clegg, and then also with all the terrorist groups online being Team Halo. There's a video on YouTube of Melissa Fleming, UN Secretary Communications, on a stage at the World Economic Forum, I think it's 2022, where she admits she created Team Halo. And it just so happens that she also works with Prince Harry with the Halo Trust, which is the Princess Di thing with the mines, right? So I'm like, Harry and Meghan have a Sussex Squad terror group, Antifa terror group, and Melissa Fleming starts a terror group called Team Halo. What are the coincidences that they both are attached to Prince Harry? And I think they are. But anyways, I digress. How did things go from them? Oh, Two of Cups reversed. Yeah, divisiveness. Now, that was another topic. Nick Clegg, Harry, Chris, what's his name? Imran Ahmed. They all claimed that they were taking down misinformation because they claimed that misinformation was causing divisiveness. But in reality, the censorship, they wanted divisiveness. And the censorship was to cause that. Because you're not going to get a group angrier than taking them down and deplatforming them. Right? I mean, it's shocking. It's horrifying. It's very upsetting, particularly for an elderly woman like Yankee Wally. She had to go to the hospital. She was so upset. You don't understand when you have especially when you have a huge following. You know, she was a lonely old lady. She finally had this huge following, something she felt good about the first time in a long time. She felt like she was, her life had meaning. And then Imran Ahmed and Harry come in and just rip it all away from her without warning. It's very, you feel attacked by the state. You feel attacked by YouTube, you feel powerless and, like a crime has been committed against you. It's like somebody breaking into your house and stealing all your things and you know what I mean? Everything you've built, because it takes time to build a channel. You don't just automatically get monetized. You have to build up 2,000 followers. That takes months. And to just have all your work ripped down, it's happened to a lot of people, but I'm just saying and this is where the attention, deplatforming, causing divisiveness. So of course, after that happened to Yankee Wally, people started getting really concerned and involved and fighting for her. And in general, people fighting more and complaining about it. So this caused a lot of divisiveness online. And it got the anti-vaxxers even angrier because here they are just trying to warn people. I know someone who got injured and they're getting ripped down. So naturally, it's going to get you a little angry. Right. So then they got the vaxxers saying, oh, these anti-vaxxers, they're so, even to this day, they can't understand why these anti-vaxxers are so angry. It's like, yeah, you get the platform 10 times and debanked in some cases, like the, Canadian truckers, and find out this was intentional is what the bottom line, intentional to cause divisiveness. So everything that Harry, Meghan, Nick Clegg, and Chris and Imran Ahmed say is an inversion. It's a satanic inversion. They claim they're stamping out misinformation. No, they were stamping out the truth. They claim that they wanted to prevent divisiveness. No, they were causing divisiveness. They were ripping people apart. They were telling vaccinated people not to invite their loved ones home for the holidays if they were unvaccinated. They were pushing divisiveness to distract, divide, and conquer, right? While they're censoring everybody and taking down their posts if they try to save anyone's life. So what were they expecting? Did they kill as many people as they'd hoped to kill? Because we all know this was about culling the herd. This was about mass murdering people, because these people, the royal family and all the rest, think there's too many people on the planet. And up 10 of cups, yeah, around a royal family card. I often take this as, but very happy. They were very happy. Look at the rainbow. That's the communist Marxist woke rainbow there. They were very happy. They were very effective. They took down, I think they feel quite glad now. They expected to take down out of the cups is life. They expected to take out life. The whole rainbow gang there is all about taking out life, whether it's euthanizing, whether it's abortion, whether it's transitioning or butchering and making people infertile. It's all about taking out life. And I've called this censorship that Prince Harry is involved with is also about enabling the taking out of life and depopulating. And they were very successful. They expected to take out, I mean, this is a huge number. They went for it. This was planned for decades. This was, the big move, and they expected full on success to wipe out millions. And I think they have succeeded. If the mainstream media would ever publish on that, I doubt it. So they were very successful. They're very happy that they took out so much life. What were they disappointed about? Was there anything that this criminal cabal of Harry and Sir Nick Clegg and Imran Ahmed? Let's see if Imran Ahmed gets knighted by the royal family and watch. What was there anything they were disappointed about? Anything they were disappointed about? Page of Swords. Oh, criticism. Yeah, that they are unhappy that they have to deal with criticisms from people like me pointing out that, hey, we saw what you did. We know why you did it. We know how many people have been murdered because of you and your lies, and they can't stand it. They can't stand that they still don't have the control they did during COVID. They can't stand Trump, of course, that he brought back free speech to a certain extent, not entirely, but to an extent online. We've got it back. I still hear there's problems on X somewhat, but whatever. And what were they happy about? What were they most happy about? These mass murdering minions of the royal family. 9 of Cups reversed. Yeah, so they don't like that people are not treating them like they're special and they're doing such. They wanted you to believe their lies. And they do actually. This is what they like. I should take it back. They like that they made people very unhappy and miserable. Happy. This is the Cups. It's about emotion. It's about life. They took out a lot of life, and they are happy about that. They are happy that people are miserable and that they've inflicted such pain and horror and attacked us like they did and depressed us. The PSYOP was very successful for them. And and everybody is more depressed now and they're moving people, pushing the herd into mental health now, where they can try to drug you up with big pharma. Anyways, how do they see the world, the public, the peasants, you and I? How do they see us? Oh, Lovers reverse. Well, they really hate us. That's for sure. They want us separated. They want to separate from us. You're not one of them, you see. They're superior to you. They're with the top 1% with the World Economic Forum, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna let you go, goodbye. Yeah, you're gonna suffer, it's gonna hurt. There's a lot of you, major arcana, but it's all for you. This was the main reason for doing all of this. This was the reason to do all this, is they want to separate you from each other, and separate themselves from you, and get rid of you. They have no love lost there. They're done with you. They're done with the peasants. We don't need you. We got AI. You're done. So they wanted you gone. They wanted you hurt and pain and suffering, because then they could send you some big pharma and make up money off of that. Yeah, but they wanted you gone. They wanted you gone off the planet. They're divorcing you off the planet. Yes. Wow. And so what are they going to do next? What's happening next? I get the Emperor reversed. Wow. Overturning the government here. Revolution of sorts. So you could look at this as, They want to take over again. This is what they did with Biden. It was the auto pen president. It was a coup. It was a takeover of our government, and they want to do it again. They want to completely take over our government, and they're going to be working on that. They're working on that, of course, in the UK, as you know. They just murdered Anne Whitcomb, I believe her name was, but getting that straight. But they're actively trying to take over the UK government to be aligned with these Marxist communists, and they're trying to do that here as well. And they're still working on it. Major Arcana Worldwide, World Economic Forum, a group here with Harry and Imran and Nick Clegg. Still at work on that, bringing in the New World Order, destroying our government and our freedoms. And in the long term, Knight of Swords reverse. I see more death and destruction coming here. It's going to get worse. I think that they are not finished yet. They want more dead people. This is the murderer card. They do not like that their plans. I can also see this as their plans. This is what they want. They want a new world order, right? Government, one world government here, Islamified. You see, he's very Islamic, Middle Eastern looking. This is bringing in, that's where the power will be. In the new world order, the power's in the Middle East. That's the new head of the world, with the UN, of course. But this is what they want. They want to destroy all the governments, bring in, but they realize now that's not been successful. They have not successfully brought in. They have to kill more people. So I do see them planning on killing more somehow, working on more plans to murder more and being more overt about it. Not in their sneaky, deplatforming, quiet way. So, these things about these globalists that want to mass murder people or depopulate, they want to do it in a nice way. They've said this. There's a recording of a particular man, one of them, who said, we just want to do it in a nice way. What's her name? The one that Harry's friends with, the one with the apes, that deals with apes. Her name is escaping my mind right now, but she even said it. She said, if we could just bring the population back down to what it was 100 years ago or 200 years ago, it'd be so much better. If we could just find a nice way to do it, a nice quiet way where nobody complains. That's what they've been doing with the censorship. They thought they found the way. Oh, just censor them so they can't warn anyone. People voluntarily take the death jab and they're gone. But they've been exposed now for what they've been doing. So now they weren't completely successful in implementing things that they wanted, the digital IDs. They are still putting up flock cameras and whatnot. But now they're realizing they're going to have to be more forceful, more violent, and they will be. I see their attacks are going to get worse and deadly, possibly with Antifa groups, BLM and all of that. So they are going to attack. And of course, they're migrants that they brought in. They're fighting age men that they brought in. They're probably going to just release them on whoever they want to get rid of in their way. So I do see more violence and bloodshed. And it's going to be more overt in the future. It's not going to be like, oh, we're here saving you from misinformation and hate speech. We're such good people putting themselves under this guise of doing the right thing. And now they're just going to take off their gloves and their knives, and they're just going to come out and sick their, criminal militia murderers, rapists on your society, which is already starting in the UK, as we've seen with the rape inquiry that Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, or Nick Clegg, or Imran Ahmed have nothing to say about that. Iranian Imran Ahmed has nothing to say about this rape inquiry, this rape constant going on in the UK, this group inquiry that was revealed. Nothing to say, the royal family, nothing to say on that. And they have nothing to say about Nowak. I forget his first name again. I'm really bad with names. Let me get his name. Henry Nowak or Novak. The young man who was recently murdered by a migrant. So, the story is that you're not going to hear any of them talk about it. And even the death of a recent death of the conservative politician in the UK. So, Anne Whitcomb. So, yeah. I mean, pay attention to what they don't respond to, because they really do want to continue murdering us. They're not stopping, and they're certainly not going to turn themselves in. That's for sure. They're going to keep their criminal. Because they have the backing of the UN and governments here. They're too powerful. They're not going to be taken into court. They're not going to be face justice. Prince Harry is never going to face justice, and I don't think either is Nick Clegg or Imran Ahmed. He may go to trial, but I don't think at the worst, he would be deported. Yeah. So at least what we can do is expose them and what their tactics in doing this, and try to guard ourselves against future attacks, which are no doubt forthcoming. All right. So there you have it. The dangerous, criminal, terroristic, murderous crimes against humanity group that Prince Harry, Nick Clegg, and Imran Ahmed and all their associates are working together and doing. Started out with the censorship, and it's going to get more and more bloody. So look out. And I hope you found this interesting. And if so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.